What's up, YouTube? Figure I'd make a little quick video on a Thursday. So this fan here, this is my shop fan, my go-to fan. 220, no playing around, maximum flow. Okay, it's a squirrel cage fan out of an air handler. Got a buddy who owns a heating and air business, gave me a couple of them years ago, and I just had a near catastrophe. So this one here isn't the one that sits in this stand. This was an old pedestal fan from Lowe's. It grenaded itself about 10 years ago. I made a little quick bracket for it. Took this squirrel cage, mounted it up with a couple of sheet metal screws, and the thing's just been getting it for years. Excellent, excellent fan. Got to be mindful because on the intake, well, that's not the intake, my bad. On the intake side, this thing will suck all kind of shit through it. Shop rags, dragonflies. Bird gets too close, you never know, it could go a lot of ways. But anyway, in the shop, doing a couple of miscellaneous things today. This fan, I've got it on wheels like everything in my shop. It rolls around and I really need to fix them. But this fan just rolled off of this curb and landed ass over tea kettle out there. Bent the fan shroud on it. So I knew the motor was probably pretty good and the shroud itself is good. So basically what I did was I put the motor in the bench, in the vise, wired it up, turned it on, bench tested it. I've got it wired with just a regular dryer plug, welder plug, right in there. And I just plug the thing in when I need it. Wired up the motor to make sure the shaft wasn't bent. It took the hit from the back side of the motor and it bent the mounts. So I tried straightening the mounts out. I got those pretty well squared away, but this squirrel cage was the culprit. So what had happened was the center plate, from it taking the shot and pushing the motor forward, it jammed this cage into the edge of the shroud and bent this center plate. So this piece is in good shape, motor's in good shape. I then took this motor, luckily is a 1/2-inch shaft like typical, took a piece of 1/2-inch round stock, put it in the vise. I'll slip this on here. And basically what I did was I used it to true this up. Still has just a hair to it, wobbling if you can see it on video. But it's pretty true. The thing was wobbling like a hula dancer about 15 minutes ago. So basically using the leverage of the rod and working the cage with both hands back and forth, getting the highs and lows out of it, and basically underneath just using that gap between the edge of the cage and the edge of the vise. See if I keep you in focus. Just to see if it's running true. If your eye's pretty good, it'll tell you probably the best. But just got that straightened out. So, but of course, what we do is we never leave anything alone. Can't leave well enough alone. This will get cleaned up. This will get cleaned up. That'll get cleaned up. This base will get cleaned up. And we're going to give it a fresh coat of paint and make it look like something. Take this one, put it back up on the shelf. I did wire this one to see if it worked. It does work. The bonus is not for when it's hot out, but for the cooler weather. This fan runs about 1/4 of the speed as that one in the vise. So what this one is going to do is this one's going to become a heat pusher for my wood burning stove for the shop. If you've seen that video, there's one on my page of the one I built. Runs pretty hot. That'll be a great heat pusher. So toned down just enough to get the heat off the barrel and we'll be in good shape. So right there, the bender stand, all done. Put some pins on it to hang the dies on. A couple of coats of paint. Got the rest of the swag brackets all painted up. Shop colors on that blue, on that gray, and that black. Cylinder ready to go. Waiting on the bender to come in. Probably be here in, I don't know, hopefully soon, less than a week. So yeah, just making some progress in some stuff. But I figure I'd make a quick shop video on today's miscellaneous project that just got kind of thrown in the works. I had just come back from picking up all this steel. Got 10 20-foot sticks, an 1.5-inch 11-gauge box. Getting ready to build 2 5x20 platforms for that stage build. So that's going to be coming up, a video for that next couple days, probably over the weekend. And but the main goal now is just going to wrap up the rest of the day with getting this stuff cleaned, prepped, and ready for paint tomorrow. Get that freshened up. Look at that thing. It's been sucking in dust and grinder grit and sawdust and everything throughout the years. Good Lord. But yeah, that's where we're at with this. We're going to finish fine-tuning it, and we'll be back in the game. This fan moves an amazing amount of volume. If you ever get your hands on one of these, throw it on some sort of stand, wire it up with a 220 plug, and you'll never buy a crappy little shop fan from one of the box stores or anything like that again. It moves an amazing amount of air. So, all right, guys, that's it. A little quick Thursday video, a little 6-minute. Talk to you soon. Hope everybody's doing well. Stay safe. And if you like what I'm doing, subscribe, tell a friend, share the video. Let's get the word out there. Talk to you guys soon.